Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at Brooklyn Brewery's Black Ops. This is a barrel-aged stout, and it's aged in Four Roses small batch barrels, and it comes in at 12% ABV. Check it out. Hi everybody, it's Rich, and welcome to End of the Day Beer Review. Today, we're going to be looking at Black Ops Barrel-Aged Stout. This is by Brooklyn Brewery, and this is one of their limited edition beers. It is a stout that has been aged in Four Roses small batch barrels. Black Ops is a mythical imperial stout aged in Four Roses small batch bourbon barrels for notes of decadent cocoa nibs and rich oak. So I'm sort of excited to check this out. I saw it at my local store and it was relatively inexpensive. For a 4-pack, I think I paid about $14.99, which I thought was a pretty good price for a can. So let's crack this open, see how it pours. Now, I have to be honest, I have never tried Four Roses bourbon. I'm sort of an Old Forester guy so far. So not sure how this is going to be, but I'm always sort of interested when, and this one is really sort of fizzing up. I don't want to do what I would normally do in this case, which is just dive in and take a sip of this. So I am using a snifter. Let's try to pour this, and it's going to be messy. It was. Yeah, that's not the cleanest pour. Sorry about that, but I didn't spill any, which is pretty nice. This is pouring jet black with, surprisingly, only about a finger's head, and the head is sort of a tannish color. You know, this is a jet black beer that we have here. Let's give it a smell. Oh, this smells really good. So there's a tremendous amount of bourbon in this nose. It's all right there. You're getting that smokiness, that wood. You're getting a really nice amount of like vanilla in there as well. It just has, this has a phenomenal nose. Yeah, this is a beautiful smelling beer. I hope if it tastes half as good as the nose is, it's going to be an excellent beer. Again, I don't know Four Roses. I'm an Old Forester guy, Woodford sometimes, Elijah Craig. I haven't tried Four Roses, and I definitely haven't tried Four Roses small batch. Now the head has dissipated, not a whole lot of carbonation, and this is 12% ABV, so this should be sort of a heavy hitter. Let's give it a sip and see how it goes. You know, I have to say, this is different. There's a lot of bourbon on the front end, some vanilla in the middle, little bit of chocolate in there. I'm not getting a tremendous amount, nor am I getting quite as much oakiness as I thought I would get from it. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a stout that has been aged in sort of a port wine barrel. There's almost a wine flavor to this. And I'm not a fan of that normally, but this really works nicely. The stout is there. The stout is, you know, it's got a really nice flavor to it. Unexpected that there are those like floral notes to it. Yeah, I have to say, I know nothing about Four Roses, but I will tell you, there is definitely a floral note to this. You know, almost like a wine or port wine type of aftertaste, which I'm really surprised at. And quite frankly, as I drink more of it, I care for it less and less. It's not bad. This is not something I would dump, at least not at this point. But there is sort of a note to it that I'm just not a big fan of on the back end. And again, to me, it's sort of this, it almost tastes like it's been aged in some type of wine barrel as well, as opposed to just the bourbon barrel. So that's sort of an interesting thing. I have to tell you, based on this beer, I might never try Four Roses, because this is definitely not a beer for me. Now, to give it credit, it's not bad. It just doesn't hit my particular you know, taste point. Like, it's not what I'm looking for. And it wasn't super expensive, but I'll tell you, ABV wise, it's there. And to give them even more credit, the alcohol is not overwhelming on this one. I'm not sitting here like, whoa, that's 12%. It's there. You can tell there's alcohol, you know, the alcohol's there, and there's a little burn in the back of the throat, but it is not overwhelming for a 12%er. Do I love this one? No. Would I buy it again? Probably not. Would I share the rest of them with my friends to see what they think, especially the more schooled bourbon drinkers? I definitely would, because I would be very interested to see what somebody who drinks Four Roses small batch thinks of this particular beer. Anyway, folks, so if you're looking for it, you know, Brooklyn Brewery does make some really good beers. This one is definitely not, it's definitely not one that I'm going to look for again. But I don't want to make it sound like it's bad, because it's not. It's just not my particular taste profile. Is it worth trying? If you see it out there, I would definitely pick one up, give it a try. But try one before you buy the whole 4-pack, because now I'm thinking like, okay, I have a few friends who are bourbon people. I'm going to give one to this guy and one to that guy to try it out, because I don't want to waste it. But am I going to sit back and drink this whole 4-pack over the time? Probably not. And generally, I don't age beer if the beer is in a can. That's just my own personal prejudice there. I don't really trust the cans quite as much, unless I know the people who are canning it. And in that case, like, I know Gusto, which I've talked about many times on this channel, they flush their cans with carbon dioxide, I believe. So, you know, their cans are always good for aging. I have no idea what Brooklyn Brewery does, so I'm not sure how I would age this. Although, you know, one might sit in my fridge for a year and I'll try it then. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any feedback on this, I'd love to hear it, especially if you've had Four Roses bourbon. I'd like to know about that as well, just for the sake of knowing if this is what Four Roses tastes like, because I have never tried it. And quite honestly, based on this beer, I don't think I'm running out to try it. Again, nothing bad about the beer. Mouthfeel is nice, carbonation is good, the ABV is solid. It's just not my particular taste profile. Doesn't mean you shouldn't give it a try. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna sit back, drink the rest of this, and I will see you next time. You know, throw a comment down below, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.